Okay.
What happens? You just push a button and then we're there?
Oh, we are there already.
Oh my
Hello.
God,
And
this is
welcome to
lovely.
Talk Chef. I am one of your hosts, Reka.
Another host, Jordan.
And Jordan, since this is your friend, your guest, Yvonne, do you want to introduce?
My guest. This is Lorena Russi.
Yes!
Wow.
It feels cool to point out when you know someone from whatever. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, Lorena and I are friends from being in a children's theater company together. But
oh my God, is that why?
Yeah, that's how we know
I was about to say it's because of the gays, but I guess you're right.
Yes, we are both gay, so that is also a special thing we have.
Yeah.
That's how we met. It's through a children's theater company. And honestly, you do so many things. You wear so many hats. First and foremost, the entire audience needs to know that you were a professional soccer player.
We have to ask a lot of stuff about this.
Yeah, go please, and I will.
From what age did you play soccer? How did that happen? What team? Do you miss it? Everything. Go.
Yeah, go. I've been playing soccer. I wish I had a cool story about it, but I was just good at sports. But I was a nerd, so I played until I was 14. I was playing with 20-year-olds just in New York. And then I quit because I was closeted and I didn't really know what was going on. It was really intense because everyone was so much older. And then I basically managed to wiggle my way back into the soccer scene, and I got a cool scholarship at Queens College. Check that email. And I had a coach there who had a connection in Italy, and I got scouted to play in Italy. And then I had to try out with the Colombian national team, and I got pneumonia, and I missed the World Cup, and that's why that's why I have a phone that leads to nowhere, because art never dies. But yeah, I guess it's super cuckoo because, I don't know, I'm very disciplined, but people are surprised because I'm very loud and obnoxious. But I think when people get to know me, they're like, oh, right, okay, you're a serial killer. So
that's an intersection people don't talk about, loud and disciplined.
Yes, absolutely. We'll go drunk and get naked and run in the middle of the street with you. But I will also get up at 5 a.m, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and get a workout in because I am broken.
Wait, I feel like both Reka and I fit into that category.
I am also very loud and disciplined.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Where does your discipline come from?
My discipline comes from I went to a really competitive.
Yeah, top check.
Oh my God. I went to a really competitive public high school and took 13 AP classes and did a lot of homework, and all my friends were naturally smart, but I had to study for it. So I'm very good at doing work and doing.
What high school did you go to?
I went to high school in it's like a town in Pennsylvania. It's not a known high school, but they were just
Yale Junior.
Yeah, it's called Yale Junior High, but it's high school, so it's confusing because it's called Yale Junior.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But just a random public school that just happened to have really fucking annoying competitive people in it. So just
same. Yeah, it was
very diligent. What about you?
Wow, that's kind of beautiful. Well, and now, Lorena, you are a professional writer and comedian.
Yeah, Jordan evaded that question beautifully. Good job, Jordan.
Oh, I didn't hear it cut out. Did you ask me a question?
I did. I said, "What about you, Jordan?" And you were like, "And Lorena is a comedy writer."
Okay, back to me. Sorry, I can't. Back to me.
Yeah, I was like, Jordan, this is about you this time, and you can take it.
So I should have known that. I have crippling medical anxiety from a young age. So I have a lot of fear of people being mad at me, doing something wrong, not being good, things like that. So I would say that's where my need for discipline and order comes from. I want to be a good boy.
Yeah. It's funny, I guess, to then answer your question, Jordan, I think the only reason why I was able to do comedy was just because I relentlessly always wanted to be the best at everything, just because I think I've always looked like this. And so I had no other excuse than to be the best. And then I went to a competitive high school and I was like, there's competition. And then kind of got over it. And that's how I got into comedy. I don't know, just got funny and writing, but nothing good. Nothing, again,
I doubt it.
the thing is, whenever I have enough money, I want to have a landline. I want to be able to.
That's cool.
I don't want to buy my parents a house. I want this to ring at any hour of the night.
Yeah.
That's a nice little prop.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Yeah, thank you. I made it myself. This is
okay. Whoa. Well, speaking of excelling at stuff, people are commenting in the chat that a lot of chefs have this very loud, disciplined personality type. Did you ever watch Top Chef before this little assignment?
Here's the thing. I'm not sure how honest to be with you guys.
Be honest. If you were like, I watched it and fell asleep, that's fine. If you were like, my TV exploded in the middle, whatever.
No, I watched this episode because, again, I love homework, but I don't know how honest to be with you about food. And okay, here's a realization I had when the show started. The host, Padma, I did not know. Padma? Did I get that wrong? Okay, God. I did not know she was the host of Top Chef, and I was like, I've seen her before, and she's the host of Top Chef.
Yes.
It's very funny to us and I love your honesty, but for us to hear you say the host, Padma, I don't know, something about referring to her as the host is very funny to me. Because
I'm sorry, the most beautiful swan of the land. I mean,
yes.
No, it's true, and I love that honesty.
Be as honest as you want with literally anything.
Okay. So to give you an understanding of my cooking skills, I watched Home Alone. Okay, like when I was like 8 or 10, and I was really impressed with him, and that's kind of been my standard.
He's the best chef I've ever seen.
Incredible. Yeah. Top Chef Home Alone edition.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah. But yes, I don't know anything.
No.
I loved it. Oh my God.
And honestly, it's great to get people who like don't cook or don't care about cooking on, because I think Top Chef has appeal for lots of people. I don't think you have to be a huge cook to enjoy the show. I think you can be, and you can still enjoy the show. Whatever.
I had a great 46 to 52 minutes viewing it, and I was like, does it end? I hope never. And then
yes,
and I was like, oh, thank God.
And it really does never end. You have 17 other seasons you can watch.
Wow. Okay. The survivor of food. What came first? The chicken or the egg, if you would? The Top Chef or the Survivor was first?
Survivor, I believe, came first.
I'm almost positive it's Survivor.
Survivor debuted in 2000.
Yeah, and Top Chef was
2006.
Now, and how old is Padma? And I'm just asking for a friend or myself, because I am curious about her sexually and emotionally.
40s, probably, right?
50. She turned,
that's fine.
Turned 50 last September.
Okay, great.
Does anyone care?
She turned 50 last September. Are you Googling that, or do you just know?
I do know. I didn't know her age, but I do know her birthday.
Okay. And you know her work, yes.
And I know her work, and I know everything about her. Her birthday is coming up, in case anyone cares and wants to celebrate. Yes, she was married to Salman. Huh?
We celebrated last year. We actually had a show on her birthday, so we both dressed up in fancy outfits, and our guest ate a cupcake.
Yep.
During the show.
It's great. September 1st, everyone, mark your cal.
Okay. She's getting a call from me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. She's getting a card. So great. Okay, let's jump on in to the freaking episode. So, and I mean the episode of Top Chef, because we've got a little bit of business before we talk about the episode of Top Chef.
It's true.
First, as you guys know, we are a food charity-based show. We are not doing the usual thing that we do where we announce a charity that we promote every episode. Instead, we are waiting to the finale to get all that good stuff in one episode. So if you're like, well, where's the charity? That's what's happening. So we're going to wait till the finale for season 4 to announce our charity and do a little fundraising evening that episode.
That sounds like a good time. I'm bummed I won't be there.
Well, maybe you could stop by, make an appearance.
Maybe we could do it like a little like a PBS like telethon, like people kind of drop by, like sing a song or something.
Oh my God. I don't know what's going on in the chat, but I would love this. Sound off in the chat if you want this.
I think the chat would absolutely love it.
How funny.
I think we would lose it. So that's first order of business. Second order of business, Lorena, something we didn't tell you is just like, it's like we're about to ambush your house. No, just like every episode of Top Chef has a quick fire, so does every episode of Talk Chef.
It's true.
Now, this quick fire is not cooking based. You don't even need to leave your chair. It is all Lorena preference based. And it is the fastest quick fire in Top Chef history. It is 45 seconds, whatever direction you want to look at that in. 45 seconds to answer 10 questions.
Oh, I thought I had to cook something, and
no.
You know the skull emoji, whatever was in my, that was in my
eye. Like, we would never, and I don't even know what, I'm like, I could make a piece of warm bread in 45 seconds.
I just know, I've known Jordan for a long time. She makes a lot of requests of me, emotionally, physically.
That's true. That's true, as I should. My goal on this show is to have the budget where we can just be like, and the quick fire, like go outside, open your door. There's a box outside.
Yeah, you have 45 minutes to bring Jordan and I breakfast in bed. We are at the hotel across the street from your home.
We'll be performing foreplay with each other or individually. It's on
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to show.
That's what I want to be. You two are actually secretly dating, and okay, sound off in the chat.
Sound off in the chat if Jordan and I are secretly dating, and that's why I pretend that I'm in the Top Chef kitchen because Jordan is right
actually
here.
Directly next. Yeah. But we have to seem like she's not.
And now, Lorena, in case you're like, oh, I don't want to, I'll just bullshit my way through these answers. Who cares? There are real prizes at stake here. Okay.
Oh.
So the prizes are: 1, you'll win a deed to the Terlato wine vineyard. Now, you might be like, what's Terlato wine?
You might say, oh, I've never heard of that wine.
You might be like, is it sugar and water? Yes. Terlato wine is a wine brand that sponsored between 5 and 60,000 seasons of Top Chef. They're not like super, like you can Google them, but you can't like buy it anywhere. It's made of just like rats and sugar and grass. The vineyard's located in like the center of the earth. We have no idea. The smallest bottle you can get is probably like 75,000 gallons. So this is like, a Carlo de Rossi-esque brand.
Yeah, Carlo de Rossi.
Yes, we love a big, heavy wine.
Yeah.
Thick and viscous down the throat. That's nice.
Oh
so
save that for the foreplay between you and Jordan.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is your first prize. Your second prize will be your own personal suite of broken GE appliances, just like the ones you see on various seasons of Top Chef. We're talking about.
I'm trying to use my oven, but it seems like someone turned the oven off.
Whoa, my fryer, it won't keep up the temperature and all my celery chips are soggy. Ugh. That's what we're talking about here. So those are pretty cool prizes, if you ask me.
You could win those things.
You could win those things. So
honestly, I've won the joy of the spit. It's already been
okay. Yeah, I think what's nice is the fans all love how long this bit is every single week, and nobody's ever tired of it. Are you ready, Lorena, for your?
Yes, I'm ready.
I do think the fans love the bit. Wait, I gotta plug in my headphones because
absolutely
my AC is too loud. I'm so hot. It's hotter than it's ever been.
Yes, it's really bad. And hey Sean, how do you like this? You can see my phone perfectly.
Wow, this works for the first time ever.
Normally, I don't cover it, and it like disappears into my background. Like
I see what's happening here. Okay, great.
Okay,
but I think we figured it out. Okay, I'm plugged in, and I'm ready to ask the question.
Okay, Lorena, I'm going to start the timer from the moment Jordan finishes asking question 1. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
What is the best zoo you've ever been to?
Central Park.
If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
Penguin.
What is your favorite animal to eat?
Chicken.
Name any 5 ingredients.
Parsley, basil, not parsley, salt, onion, tomato.
Quick, how many lesbians were in this episode?
2.
Name one fact about Chicago.
Hey, I'm walking. Fuck. I'm from the Midwest. Oh, dear. Hey there. Hey there.
Is Wiley Dufresne cool?
No.
Do you like the farmer's market?
Yes.
What is your favorite food city?
My house.
How wonderful are Jordan and Reka?
Oh, great. The best.
Wow. You didn't finish question 10 within the 45 seconds, but
the answer was good.
But the answer was right.
Honorarily, we're going to give you a half bottle of Trelato wine, which is 45,000 gallons.
Honestly, the real problem here is that I don't like losing, is what I a cacophony of words just came out of everyone's mouth.
Hey, I'm walking here as name a fact about Chicago is
absolutely unhinged. And then to do like a, hey, I'm from the Midwest is also really interesting. It makes me think that maybe you don't know what a fact is.
Or what Chicago is.
Right. I'm in the fake news era of life right now, and I don't believe in facts.
Sure. You're not interacting with facts right now.
I went to Chicago once, and I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
It's absolutely okay. Anyone under duress would flail in this question. I love that in the 5 ingredients you said parsley, then basil, you're like, not parsley.
Not parsley.
No, I said not parsley because I was gonna say parsley and I was gonna say parsley.
I thought you were like, I don't like what I chose. It literally doesn't matter.
That is what I heard as well. And I was like, okay, interesting. It made me also think maybe you had some kind of big issue with parsley.
No, I literally said parsley in my head. And then I went parsley, basil, not parsley. But I guess I should have kept that in the old vault.
You know what I'll say? It seems like you did have a really hard time doing this, but you pretty much finished. And a lot of people don't finish.
Oh, yeah.
So
You're
that's
great.
Incredible.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really need the supportive energy in my household.
Oh, absolutely. 100. That's exactly what Talk Chef is all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but also penguin is not my real answer. It was just the first animal.
What's your real answer?
Yeah, what's your real answer? What animal would you be?
I think I'd have to think about it.
Yeah, and just to be clear, not what animal do you want to be? What animal would you be?
Yeah, be fucking honest. No one's gonna people want to be like, I'm a cute puppy, I think. I'm a bunny. No.
No, I would fully be like a platypus.
That's a good one.
Like, you want? Like that's just, and like the tongue comes out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we all totally get what you're putting down. What would you be, Jordan?
Yeah.
What would I be? I said this the other day, but now I can't remember. The first thing that comes to my mind is a donkey.
I think you could be a donkey. I also think
you could be a donkey.
I feel like you would be not the donkey, but what's the
mule?
The mule. Don't make that gesture. Don't act like a mule's below a donkey.
You wouldn't be a donkey necessarily. You'd be like
under a donkey.
You would be. I'm sorry. I actually have to go.
Yes, I think I could be a donkey, or I think I could be a sea otter because I really love the ocean and I love to swim, and I'm always just cracking open seafood with my little hands.
Right.
And I do have little hands, even though I'm a big person. It's true.
Elaine is pointing out that in another podcast I did for Dropout TV, I answered this question by saying I might be a Highland cow.
That's a good one. You love Highland cow.
I don't know if that's who I am. It might be.
I have to circle back and now remember what I said the other day when I was talking about this. I think I would be actually a truffle pig.
I think you are, because I was going to say, Jordan, you do a lot of favors for people. And I think truffle pigs do that.
What is the truffle pig if not a favor doer? He's not getting paid.
Right?
Oh my God. Wow, I'm a truffle pig for a sad reason.
No!
But then I guess that every woman is a truffle pig.
Yes, you're doing a lot of emotional and physical labor for
people.
For no money.
Typing and like you have like your coworkers. Yeah, you're totally a truffle pig.
I think you're a truffle pig. I think that's
wow. Okay, yeah. The others didn't feel quite right. I'm a truffle pig. Rika, I think you could be a Highland cow. I also think, what else do I think you could be?
What is a Highland cow specifically? Because that to me sounds like.
Thank you so much for asking. Do you know the really, really fluffy cows
that have like long hair?
I'll drop it in the chat. I can't put links, I think, in the
And should I be accessing this chat? Is that just
you can if you head over to the YouTube link, which will
YouTube.com. Okay.
but you also don't have to. We will always relay what's going on. This is just
please. What is a highlight? Oh wow.
Ooh, yeah, you'll just have to mute it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so fun.
Yeah, they're fun.
What animal would Reka be? Oh, maybe raccoon. You like to eat old food, and you're very cute, and you have dexterous hands, and I think you're
dexterous.
And I got a big old butt, Jordan.
Huge fat ass. I think you could be a raccoon.
Thank you. I did throw out a really disgusting red pepper today. It was not even up to my
I'm proud of you.
Standard.
That's good. I just think raccoons are very cute, but also very productive.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of videos of raccoon, like a big family of raccoons on a roof, and it feels nice. They're like good at, they're like always moving. They're working on a project, working on like a side hustle.
Yeah, I'm like, what animal works the hardest? What animal has the more work? What animal makes themselves do more work?
Against naturally intelligent people, but it itself is a dummy, is I think. Yeah.
Yeah, pop it in the chat if you guys think raccoons work hard.
Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know if you think raccoons work hard.
Awesome. Let's hop into the freaking episode. So
let's do it.
So we start off with a quick fire where Padma says you can only use 5 ingredients in your dish, and they can be some things from the Green City Farmers Market in Chicago, and items in the Top Chef kitchen, but you can only use 5. And the only ingredients that don't count as part of that 5 are salt, pepper, sugar, and oil. What do we think?
Stupid. 5 is like tons. Their sugar counts as one of their like special ingredients. That to me is bananas. The only thing they should be allowed to use is salt and maybe oil.
Okay.
Oh.
And I think this is dumb. Sorry.
But isn't that the point of the quick fire? And again, I don't want to judge Top Chef, but I think that's the point.
What's the point?
The quick one's gonna be hard. Or you're saying it's
no? I think it is not hard. I think 5 ingredients. Nowadays, everybody is like, oh, they want us to do 7 ingredients. I wish I could pare it down. I think that's like one of the biggest differences between early seasons and later seasons. But I'm like, the fact that they give them sugar, that is wild to me.
I was surprised by sugar. I forgot sugar was there. I think this challenge is like fine, but what ends up happening is everyone buys the same crap from the farmer's market and makes the same few things.
Yeah.
So going into the dishes, so Lorena, we just do like kind of a brief like thumbs up, thumbs down based on your personal criteria. Does it sound good to you? Do you think it sounds like a Top Chef dish? Whatever you want. Okay. Let's roll through these little dishes right here. And we got Wiley Dufresne coming in. If you're like, who's Wiley Dufresne? He does a lot of molecular gastronomy. He'll make like a square egg.
I give them all nicknames.
What's his nickname?
I think it was Squarehead.
Square egg.
Squarehead, the Lego.
Oh, square head. I said square egg, which is a thing he makes.
Okay,
you have to make eggs the shape of your head.
Wow. It's funny how Wiley Dufresne was like such a thing.
Oh my God. I remember finding out a man that ended up being gross worked at WD-50, and I was like, that is so incredible.
WD-50. Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
That's his restaurant.
And now no one cares about him at all, or molecular gastronomy for that matter.
Absolutely. Okay, so here are the dishes. Richard Turkfid. And for those people who have seen later seasons of Top Chef, you might be like, whoa, this is the first season of Richard Blais on Top Chef. You can see he's a little less, not like confident, but he hasn't nailed that, like his TV. He has like a TV persona now.
Yes, he's much more mild in this, and also he's like significantly more into molecular gastronomy in this season. He like doesn't even really do that anymore in real life.
So Richard makes chicken soup, their quotes, not mine, with chicken, apples, apple cider, eucalyptus, and butter.
Just enough that it's
I say thumbs down because I thought the eucalyptus was a gimmick.
I thought if I saw this on a menu and it was like, here's a bunch of $5 food, because that's kind of how I interpret everything that got made here.
Sure.
The eucalyptus would be the thing that goes, oh, I don't think I want that, or I'm only getting it because it's this menu of $5 food. Yes, because I don't like scent. If something like, even like when chai has vanilla in it, I'm like, this, I fucking hate this. It's like the vanilla is like way too, like that's what this reminds me of. Just like,
imagine eating a thing that smells like a thing that's not in the thing you're eating.
And imagine, yes, it would be like having chicken soup in a spa. Like,
I don't like that.
And that's hot on hot.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I just don't think you'd be eating stuff that you use when you're like sick. Like I have it in the bathroom. And then the way they were eating the chicken, there was just no good way to eat it. No one looked good.
Yeah. I don't remember the way they're eating the chicken, so I'm imagining it like.
Well, I think you guys are like the ingredients, this, and I'm just seeing hands trying to rip. It was very, and I was like, you know. So,
but I think that's a great perspective, honestly, because you saying that, I'm like, just thinking about like, that is the only thing my dad would have been able to notice. He wouldn't have even been able to hear any of the dishes. So I think that that's a good perspective to bring. Something different.
So the dads in the thank you so much. The dads in the chat, please.
For the dads in the chat, for my dad.
Yeah.
Sorry. Amy popped a fact in the chat. We got a fact in the chat that raccoons, because they wash their food before they eat, we might have seen the cute videos of that on the internet. They will catch frogs and wash them off before eating them. Elaine, rightfully so, has interjected, they eat frogs. Amy says, yeah, but frogs have a bitter slime, so raccoons have to wash them.
I love that. They sound smart.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I also wash the slime off the things I eat.
Honestly, that's true.
Killing off their competition for the Ivy Leagues is what we're discussing.
Okay. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing. That was my high school.
The college you went to was also called Yale Junior.
Yale Junior College. Really confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan, who's the guy that's like, in the early seasons of Top Chef, people would be like, it's kind of crazy I'm a chef because I'm hot. And you're like, okay.
So unhinged. Ryan is out of this episode.
Yeah. So Ryan made, what's so funny is everything except Richard's, I actually don't know like if what I would name the dish. They're all kind of just items. So he made, I shit you not, lettuce, radishes, potatoes, sirloin steak, and Dijon mustard. Like the lower third didn't say how any of it was like prepared.
Ew, I hate that. That's so lame. And he's not even hot.
I think he's all right. I just, I don't know. I don't need anyone to be like, I'm hot. And that's why. Huh?
Again?
I think he's all right. Okay. Is this
Listen, no, this is what I'll say. If someone's thing is going to be that they're hot, their hotness needs to be so prevalent. It needs to transcend gender. Yes, exactly. Like I need to look at like if I see a man and I'm like, wow, that man actually is very hot, they are truly hot. Because I'm not attracted to men. Mm-hmm. But if they're so hot that they transcend that gender boundary, then you're hot.
Yeah.
I mean, hot is hot. It's just
hot is hot.
Hot is hot. Like
God is hot.
God is hot.
You heard it here on Talk Shop.
Yeah. No, but I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like hot is hot. It's like
I don't think of me that you thought that was. You're like, I don't know about
Lorena. I'm here to support you. I don't care where your brain goes. I'm just here to underline and highlight.
Yes, and
yes, and that's it.
God.
Yeah. I do want to point out that some people in the chat are roasting Reka for the fact that Reka thinks Andrew is hot. That is also all I can think of. Every time I watch, so Lorena, Reka, when she watched this season 800 years ago in real life, she thought Andrew, the very bizarre man, was really hot.
Freakazoid, the one that's like, sometimes I like to think I'm a lion.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Jim Carrey with the mask on. Jim Carrey.
Absolutely.
First time around, thought he was hot. now I've learned and grown. You know, when people say, oh, don't be sad about leaving your 20s, your 30s, you're more stable. I think that's true. In my 20s, I thought that guy was hot. And now I'm like, no, I'd like a guy that wears cardigan and reads a book. Okay, great.
Okay.
So,
Cardigan. Wow, you really are super topical. That's like everyone now.
Thank you. I'm very with 2021 people. Okay, so Dale made again.
True single.
So Dale made again. What is this dish? Mushrooms, shallots, radishes, eggs, and here's what the thing. They just listed the 5 ingredients. They didn't say what dish it makes. Mushrooms, shallots, radishes, eggs, and butter.
Okay.
I'll eat it. I'm biased because I know Dale's really good. And you can also see, for people that have watched later seasons, a young Dale Talde, this is his big asshole season. He's a huge asshole in this season. He gets a big reality check later when he appears in the series. But
can I just ask, and this is a dumb question, obviously, people come back?
Yes.
For like all-star seasons, like Drag Race or Survivor or whatever, occasionally you have an all-star season.
There's a women's all-star season?
No, you have an all-star, just a regular all-star
I heard you say, and there's a women's all-star season. I was like,
that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, I feel like they wrote the show for the lesbians, so that would make sense. This episode specifically.
Also, quickly, I must interject, there are 3 lesbians on the episode that you watched.
Who?
Lisa is a lesbian.
Which one's that?
She has her eyebrow pierced.
No, the couple?
No.
It's too hard. It's so many.
Wait a minute.
Rika, did you know this?
Oh.
Rika, you just said it like you made out with Lisa, and you're like, no, Lisa told me she was straight, and
and that I was the one that turned her. No, I thought I didn't hear. I didn't.
I'm trying to make this Top Chef not about Top Chef and just okay.
I didn't hear you say Lisa. And for a brief moment, I'm like, I know Stephanie Izard has an extra piercing. So I was like, oh, is Stephanie gay? Cool.
That'd be awesome though. Yeah, Lisa is gay. And then the couple is gay.
Oh, she slipped and thank you, Elaine. She slipped and fell in the restroom. She was like, right on my knee, and then kept walking. Yeah.
Yes.
She slips on a tomatillo.
She does slip on a tomatillo.
It's such a funny specific.
It's a really, really funny
What the fuck is a tomatillo?
Have you had the salsa verde?
Jordan, how dare
It's like a green salsa at a restaurant.
Colombian. Okay, we don't have. No, I'm kidding.
It's like a acidic green tomato.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But it's what you make salsa verde out of.
Yeah. Lisa is someone who also comes up in a later season. Okay, so let's blow through these. Valerie made seared ribeye steak, peaches, sweet potato puree, heirloom tomato, and a peach marmalade.
Honestly, I'll give this one a thumbs up because this sounds kind of interesting.
Spike made tenderloin tips, which he proclaimed were disgusting, baby carrots, potatoes, mint, and garlic.
This was so annoying too. I'm like, why are you even talking right now?
But also, I was like, if the tips are bad, you get it's not like you only have to use the stuff you bought. You can use something in the Top Chef kitchen and
absolutely. Also, he acted like he was like, well, I was gonna do tips and apples, as if that's a thing. Like as if he presented the dish and people would be like, well, it seems like he was trying to do tips and apples, but it's different than normal.
It does sort of sound like a culinary like T&A.
Tips and ass. Yeah. Tips and apples.
So would you say, Jordan, he wanted to use just the tip?
That's what it was.
Yeah, and I would say too further that all the tips looked rank.
Yes, absolutely.
To further the innuendo. Okay.
Reka, thank you.
So Eric made lamb chop, baby carrots, potatoes. Wait, what the fuck? Oh my God, I'm sorry. I misread. Spike made tenderloin tips, apples, bread, apple cider, and rosemary.
Boom.
That's when they were like, we thought this would be a sandwich. I'm like, okay. Eric made lamb chop, baby carrots, potatoes, mint, garlic.
Boo.
This sounds like a kid's cuisine or like a hungry man meal.
A kid's cuisine.
Hungry man.
Yeah, Mark is the guy from New Zealand. Sirloin steak, turnips, mushrooms, peaches, and butter.
I'll say this sounds good. I like a turnip and
I love it.
a turnip with a peach. I'm interested.
Me too. I'm
We
very.
also won, so I would say
He did win, so obviously.
That's true.
Andrew, love of my life, made lamb chops with peach chutney, onions, mint, potatoes, and balsamic. Cheated by accident and got disqualified because he used 6 ingredients. We'll never know. Say again.
just Jim Carrey. I was just saying.
Jim Carrey's mask cheated. So we'll never know what Antonia, Jennifer, Zoe, and Stephanie made. So on the bottom was Spike, Eric, and Richard. On the top, Ryan, Valerie, and Mark. And Mark was the winner.
Good for Mark. He seems nice and soft. I like him.
He seems nice. I love a soft man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying, my wife is Australian, and the New Zealand neighbors everyone's real gentle over there.
Really?
I like that.
Maybe it's so whenever my dad talks about New Zealand, he's like, a huge methane problem. The sheep are always farting. Maybe that makes people soft. I don't know.
Yeah, when death is imminent.
Yeah. There's no choice but to be kind.
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay. So the elimination challenge is to use like a zoo animal's diet to make food for the Lincoln Park Zoo and a bunch of like patrons.
I think, oh, sorry, Lorena, go.
No, I was just gonna say there was such a dramatic buildup to like the wankeriest like setup. They're like, vultures, what does this mean? And they're like, you're gonna go to Central Park Zoo. Like it just was so okay. Sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
I will say though, oh sorry, go ahead, Jordan.
No, you go.
I just wanted to give a really big shout out to Gorillas. They're vegetarian. I think that's incredible. I didn't know that. I mean, they eat like ants and stuff, but that's kind of like how I'm vegan. Sometimes I'll have a little ice cream. Yeah, I eat like my ants. That's like
ants are vegan. Ants are human ice cream. Wait.
What? Yeah. Right. Ants are human ice cream. So just big shout out to Gorillas. I get you. I think you're cool. And you also eat a ton of bananas too. So that's awesome.
I think that this challenge was actually really cool. Like when I think back to challenges, I'm like, wait, that's a cool challenge. And I actually really like that. I wish we would do kind of like a redo of that nowadays because I think people would make a lot more interesting stuff. I think the challenge was handled poorly. I think this was a really cool challenge. I do think that if I had to revise it, they should have to highlight, like if they're given like 6 foods, the animal eats, like highlight at least 3 of these ingredients so that you don't just like be like, well, we have anchovies in it. Like, not to say that the anchovy people didn't do that, but like, sure. I was kind of like, I wish Team Gorilla did just make it a vegetarian thing. I think that would have been really cool. Yes, I agree.
I think
I agree.
Guidance. Just
say again.
It would have just given them guidance.
Yeah, right. Cool, good boundaries.
Bread, that kind of makes sense. And it's like, yes, just follow the animal you have. What?
Exactly. And got to learn what vultures eat. I've seen this episode probably 700 times. And when Zoe's like, what do vultures eat? Like roadkill? I was like, yeah, she's all right. Yeah, they're going to have to cook with roadkill. Yeah. All right. So here are our dishes. Kind of unclear how many dishes they had to make. It seems like anywhere between 2 and 5. Yeah. Usually the rules are pretty clear, so I don't know what the deal was.
I thought it was 4 for everyone. Did I make that up?
No, it might have been. They didn't. Sometimes they don't list some of the things that get made, especially if that team doesn't end up in the bottom or the top. Yeah. Some of these I just have like 2 for. So like Team Lion. This is a very funny dish for like a lion team. They made a beet salad with a yuzu, ras el hanout, like and goat cheese situation.
This sounds good to me, but I think this is stupid for a lion. It's very funny to me.
I think a lion would be very sad to eat this. Absolutely. I would be very happy. I love beets. What do you think, Lorena?
I was gonna say it's a no for me because it doesn't connote lion.
I completely agree.
I think a lion's gonna die eating that.
Because Richard was all jazzed that he found out that lions liked beets, which like, okay, I get, but I'm like, then you have to do a more beet forward dish. Doing like a beet salad with a cheese and yuzu to me just doesn't feel on challenge.
Or kind of cool, and maybe this is me typecasting lions. Beets are one of the things. Yeah, I don't mean to be fucked, but
you're gonna do that, okay?
okay, it might be fucked of me to do this, but I feel this is a safe space. Beets are one of those vegetables like mushrooms that are often used as like a meaty texture to like as a vegetarian, they'll like replace something with like beets or whatever. You could do something like
Yes.
kind of like a big meaty hearty thing. I just feel like a lion would want to eat something hearty.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm not a lion. If you're a lion, pop it in the chat and tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Then Team Lion also made a bison tartare with a tarragon coulis.
This sounds great.
I'd try it, sure.
I don't like
any of the ingredients, but I would try.
Okay.
Okay, Team Vulture. Marinated anchovy on a quinoa croquette. Yes, I'll eat that.
This looked awesome. And I liked, this is what we were talking about with the beet situation. I liked that Mark was like, here's an anchovy. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I was expecting to see it hidden in a dressing or something like that. And we went full chovy.
Full chovy. Also want to point out, hashtag full chovy. I want to point out that Elaine has remarked that Mark is 29. And in season 1, there was a chef. First I said character in my brain, then I almost said student. Chef named Steven, who is a huge weenie. And he looked about 194, but he was 24. And we were like, that's crazy. This person is not 24. And maybe Mark is our new, he can't be 24 or can't be 29.
Yeah.
29. Everyone on these early seasons, I'm like, wow, Stephanie Izard is 31. I'm 31. That's
no, they look unwell, certainly. But also cameras, we could like blame cameras.
That's true.
The cameras are hideous in the first like 7 seasons of this show.
Yes.
Everyone, God forbid you're a person of color on this show, you will look awful. Like the cameras just look so bad.
Yeah.
And actually you don't need to worry because there aren't people of color in the first few seasons of this show. Okay, beautiful. So next dish we got is Team Gorilla. We got roasted pear and crab salad with celery root. Pears are watery, the crab salad is watery, and celery is watery. Don't understand this.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I think sometimes people fuck up with pear. Can I be honest about that?
I agree.
Yeah. Pear's fine by me. Jordan doesn't like fruit, by the way, Lorena. I don't know if that's something you knew.
No, Jordan is disgruntled. Put it on her tombstone.
Yeah.
That's not surprising to me.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think you can do pears, but sometimes people will be like, I made a pear, like a pear sorbet. I'm like, huh? That's like making water sorbet to me. It's like such a delicate flavor and such a strange texture that like you gotta know what you're doing. So this sounded bad. Then we had, oh boy, black olive blinis with fennel mascarpone, sauteed rutabaga, golden beets, and shaved fresh raw beets.
Okay, this sounded good to me. Obviously it wasn't.
Yes. Lorena, what's your beef with this?
I don't understand the ingredients, and that's how I'm voting. I just don't like beets. I'm a simple gal. I actually love pears, but I just don't, when things get it's too much. And a Bellini I thought was a drink. So I learned a lot in this episode.
They're spelled differently, but yes.
I think there's one less L in the drink, right?
I was like, she's making a pancake. She's drunk.
Yes. I think Bellini, I think one has like an E before the L and one has like a nothing. It's like EL.
Yeah, sure.
If you're a lion, get at me in the chat. If you know raccoon facts, get at me in the chat. And if you know Bellinis, get at me in the chat. I think this sounds fine. I do think it's really wild to make Bellinis ahead of time.
Yeah.
Why is that so bad?
Because it's basically like if you made pancakes the day before for an event, they're just going to be dry and a little like maybe even tough when you reheat them, especially if they're really small and they have olives in them. So, and then she put a bunch of shit on top of it. So I think they just ended up soggy and like dry at the same time.
Isn't that like so dumb then to do? This is what
absolutely.
It's very early. This is where like, so you'll see people sometimes talk about like, I have a catering background, and like for people that are like what's the difference between being a chef and catering? It's like, that's kind of the difference. Like, you're not making shit to order as a caterer sometimes. And if you are, that's like you're like, oh, I'm making this a la minute because this has to be made that way. I know that I can't make this ahead of time. I can't bring, there's like, actually in a later season, Brooke Williamson does a really smart thing. She makes crepes to order. And that's a lot of fucking time. Basically, like if you made pancakes to order for like 200 people.
Yeah.
So what she does is she vacuum seals individual crepe batters ahead of time. So she doesn't even need to like think. And I'm like, yeah, that's still stressful, but that's kind of the way you do it. I, as a chef, am saying, as a not chef, am saying all of this. And someone's probably like, she's fucking wrong. Okay, great.
Well, that's great to know. I'm really, when I transition into my chef career.
There you go.
Exactly. If you want to just have a third superstar career.
Yeah.
Okay. The next gorilla dish was minced lamb and edamame in lettuce cups.
This sounds good.
For me, this might surprise some people. I think I'm allergic to edamame. And for me, I think also just like in general, I'm like, I don't really need that in there, but it sounded fine. Banana bread with salted caramel sauce and meringue. Yeah, I'm coming back for like 6 of these. Beautiful. Okay.
Yum.
Yeah, I'm eat the shit out of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Team Bear. Oh boy. Okay. Chimay cheese with honeycomb and a cranberry pecan bread.
This sounds good. Yum, 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 yum.
Great. I think that sounds great. My only thought is like, it's definitely like, because they only were supposed to show 2 dishes and then they ended up showing 3. I'm like, ooh, if that's half your dishes, that's like a cheese plate be like one of your mains.
Sure.
I think they should have maybe divided their time a little more smartly. So the next thing they made was salmon. Jesus Christ. Sometimes I make typos, so it looks like it said salmon rushdie. Okay. Salmon a la plancha on lettuce cups with mint, cilantro, pickled vegetables, and peanuts.
This sounds great.
Sounds great.
I have no idea.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Lorena, you don't got to even, you could just get the free, whatever, seltzer or drinks at this party. You don't got to eat any of this shit if you don't.
I'm getting half a bottle of wine.
You're getting 45,000 gallons.
That's true.
Okay. Our last bear dish. So this, as I watched this, I didn't even remember. I'm like, oh my God, they so didn't have to serve this. Because it didn't seem like it was like, where's your third dish or you'll die. It was like, oh, where are the mushrooms? Because they basically have to announce their menus ahead of time. So you can't just like leave something off and have the judges know. So like, where are your mushrooms? They're like, they didn't like feel up to snuff. That's a perfectly fine excuse to not serve something on this show. People do it all the time. But for whatever reason, like they're cold and they're bad. Here, you can just try one. And
well,
I think
I thought it was, sorry.
No, I just think it's so early in this series that people didn't know you could be punished for being like, maybe you want to try it rather than just leaving it off. Sorry, Jordan.
No, not at all. I think it's hard because I thought this was really irritating of Nikki because Dale and Spike didn't want to serve it. And they were like, let's take it off the menu. And then Nikki I think like bitched out in the moment when she was like under the pressure of the judges and she didn't stand by her team. And I think that's not cool.
Here's what I'll say. I saw 2 sides. I saw Nikki agree to not serve it and then be like, you can just try it. I'm like, I don't think she knows that is serving it. At first when she did it to Padma,
yeah.
And then when she did it to Tom, I was like, why'd you do it again? Now you're like really disobeying what you and your whole team decided. But then I'm like, Dale, you added a fuck ton of cheese to it to make it look better. You're better than that, man. Nobody should add something to make it look better. I will eat something that looks straight up like shit if it tastes fine. And you all know that.
No one tasted it after the cheese.
Exactly. Big no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even I know that.
Even we non-chefs know that. Okay. So Team Penguin, we gotta love Team Club Penguin. So Club Penguin made a yuzu and mint glacier gelée. Every time I'll try it. Every time gelée looks disgusting to me at all times. And every time I see this thing, I'm like, I think this looks like when special effects artists make like a head of somebody to like do weird like makeup like effects on. I think it looks jiggly and gross.
Yeah.
Blowing my bald cap Right.
Yes. Yes. Then there was a squid ceviche on top of a soy balsamic tapioca.
That's not good to me.
Ooh, okay.
Squid with soy balsamic tapioca. I don't know. It all seems very chewy to me.
It seems chewy and wet, and I feel like that strikes me as something that would upset you. So I get that.
Yeah, you guys know I'm here for wet, but chewy's not always my favorite.
Do you like boba?
I do like boba.
I do.
Like a politician, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we had a Thai shrimp and crab salad with watercress.
This sounds interesting. I love watercress, and I think it's underutilized, TBH.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, hot take.
Okay,
Hot
all right.
take.
Pop it in the chat if you hate Jordan now. Okay, so then we go to judges
Whether it's
table.
watercress related or not.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Winner for me is my husband Andrew, and then eliminated is Valerie. And then we got a little taste of something we all hate when Tom does, where Tom will be like, for no fucking reason, he'll just pick someone and be like, Jordan, if one of the people in this room had to die tonight, which would it be? And you're like, I don't want to answer. It's like, so do you want to die? And it's like, no, why did you ask me this?
Yeah, luckily they've stopped doing that in later seasons, but for so long that was such a thing. And it was just like,
it's so annoying, and it makes people unnecessarily annoyed at another, because like Antonia, I feel bad. I mean, Antonia was asked to answer, and then Valerie feels bad. Like,
yes. and Antonia doesn't want that.
Yeah, and Antonia didn't want to answer. This is season 4, Sean, by the way. So that was the episode. What did we think?
Well, I was gonna say, just to that end, I kind of like that, just because I feel like it's like juicy.
Oh, it's juicy. It's Bravo.
For sure.
That's the Bravo juice that you crave. I will say, if you're a food fan, later on, maybe you will not be as big of a fan of the show, because they really do make it just about the food, and there's less of this like, so who do you think is a bitch in the house?
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yes, I mean, I think it should be. I mean, Project Runway. It's like, that's why I was into Project Runway.
Yes.
Yes. But they didn't have so much drama. Anyway, what did we think of the episode?
I agree with Jordan. I like this. I think the second challenge is cool. Or the elimination. I think the first one is like, you will forget that challenge ever happened.
Absolutely.
And also you can always kind of tell, like the proof is sort of in the pudding from the dishes people make. When your challenge is like, use Chipotle ingredients, which was a challenge in season 18, which we just covered. Everyone made the same thing. So that's a bad challenge. It's stupid. Chipotle ingredients are just regular ingredients. What do you mean? It's like lettuce, onion, tomato. What are you talking about?
We'll never forgive Top Chef for that.
I will never forgive that Chipotle challenge.
Ever.
Yes, I thought this was a fine episode. I think it's cool knowing who wins this season and knowing who ends up in the top, to kind of see little personalities emerge already.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I think my favorite character is a character we haven't talked very much about, but it's the city of Chicago.
You're so right.
Yeah.
You're so right. The city of Chicago is totally like the Samantha.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. Thanks for keeping it topical, Rika.
Totally. Yeah. Totally.
I also think, I wish that, I don't think they ever do this at any point, but I do wish that they did a challenge about the bean. I don't think they do.
I thought you meant the food, because I'm a little distracted. Yes.
Well, yes, but the bean, and
Christine also just had a great pitch on the farmers market challenge to assign each chef, like you draw knives and you have to shop at a stand. So like, you can only go to the, like, whether it's like a farm, this person's farm, or like you can only go to the green stand. You can only go to the like the mushroom fungus kind of stand.
I like that. And then you have a limited pantry.
Mm-hmm. I think that's cool.
I think that's a good idea.
We like it, Christine. We're doing it. Okay, so Lorena, we normally ask our guests what they would have made during this challenge. You don't have to worry about like making something crazy, and it doesn't have to be something you and
No, I already have an answer for sure.
You do?
Yeah, but you're talking about which part, the quick fire or the
elimination. So like, firstly, was there a certain animal's diet that you're like, that is the type of stuff I normally cook with anyway, or that's what I would like to cook with?
Okay, copy that. That's not what I thought this question was going to be.
Oh my God, if we can revise it to be about the quickfire if you want.
No, I'm just going to say what I wanted to say, which was I would have made a peanut butter and jelly with sliced bananas inside. And that's my final answer, no matter what you ask.
Okay, I fucking love PB&Bs.
You know who doesn't? Australians.
Tell us more.
Can't get my wife. She does not like it. I love Vegemite. She does not like peanut butter and banana.
Does she like peanut butter?
Yeah.
Does she like bananas?
She'll have peanut butter with Vegemite. Do you do that? It's awesome. Normally she comes to all my shows. She's super supportive.
She's just sitting on the other side.
Right off screen.
No. Normally at 11 p.m. she's like sitting with me. She's yeah. I really love banana nut bread. I think just anything like the penguins. What I like is just cohesion, and I like thought and intention. So that's what I really like about the penguins, because I was like, yes, there is a theme, there is a challenge. Just go with the guidelines. Like, what is obvious, and like, what's the obvious bit, and then how can I like see that drawn out? It's just like comedy, guys.
Okay. I love that.
We truly love that. PB and Vegemite. I gotta try.
I don't know the thing, but she's not Tess.
Salty and creamy. Salty. I'm like, what would those two?
Very salty.
No, I don't think, but we have Vegemite and Avo, or Vegemite and butter. The Vegemite and Avo is really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think peanut butter and Vegemite would be like very salty, but like rich and tart.
Someone
good.
I wonder if you could do a little jelly in there just to like cut the salt.
Add a little sweet. Yeah, why not?
Get rid of the Vegemite. I think that sounds
and
good.
then oh my God, wait, and then take the Vegemite out entirely, throw that in the trash. Oh my God, that's just great.
Wait, that's great.
And then stick a banana in there. Oh my God.
Like your dad. Like New Zealand's not doing great, but the Australians.
Okay, but the Australians are crushing it. Okay. Okay. Incredible. Well, oh my God, we can tell her? Okay, Lorena, the Bravo producers that live in my house actually just told me that I'm allowed to tell you, you are top chef.
Oh my God, what?
Yes, a lot of people don't know this. There are two different ways to become a top chef. One is to compete on the television Bravo cooking competition Top Chef. And the other is to be a guest on the live YouTube visual podcast Talk Chef.
Either way, an Indian woman will tell you you're a top chef. Hi.
Wow. Thank you guys so much. This is incredible. This is time for my speech.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We forgot. It's time for your speech.
Yeah, I have a 45-minute monologue actually. That's my one-woman play, where I thank everyone for this moment. Wow, guys, what a joy this visual podcast has been. I'm so glad I left with accolades, because, you know, my high school self would have been very happy to have won something.
Oh my God. And we'd love to think that like this is cooler than like your like World Cup level soccer.
Yeah. Or like getting into like an Ivy League college or anything like that.
Yeah. Right? I think Lorena said yeah.
No, 100%. It goes with that. No.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys for tuning in. We hope you're enjoying season 4. Tune in next week and we'll see you then. Bye.